just how far left is Kamala Harris? Can we find, this clip is being circulated online. This is from 2007, her talking about her right to intrude on the peaceful homes of gun owners. SOT 7.
Just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
Wait, what?
I mean,
wow.
I mean, we could play 25 clips like that.
You won't walk in. I mean, what the hell?
I love how she also mentioned your house may be locked, but that's not going to stop.
Yeah, that won't stop.
Yeah, I mean, it's really incredible, Megyn. I mean, the further you go back, there's multiple iterations of Kamala Harris, depending on where she was at the stage of her career, where she's sort of like, it ebbs and flows between left-wing lunatic and person trying to triangulate for a general election. But I mean, you go back to the old stuff and she really gives you that unvarnished, uncut left-wing lunacy. It's really incredible.
Yeah. Okay, but what we're hearing from the left is that person there will terrify people. And I don't just mean gun owners in America who should be terrified by her. I mean people like Vladimir Putin, who is going to be afraid of Kamala Harris for reasons you may not have anticipated. Take a listen to MSNBC guest Brigadier General Stephen Anderson yesterday.
But Kamala Harris would be just the opposite. Why? Because she's an inspiration. Not only is she positive, does she bring hope and optimism, but as a black woman, the product of a mixed marriage, she will inspire millions of people throughout the world. Our credibility as a nation, that we would be able to allow, our country is so great that we're allowed a woman like that to become the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States. That is going to send a powerful message all over the world. People like Vladimir Putin are going to say, hey, wait a minute. These guys, they truly have a democratic country. They truly are representative. They truly are fighting for all their people. And Kamala Harris is a manifestation of that.
She's just going to look at Putin and say, I'm a role model, damn it. Pay attention to me. I'm a role model. Don't you know?
Another first.
I'm from the middle class.
Another first.
I know, like, Putin would be quaking in his boots because he's like, folks, representation matters. And I look at this country and I know I can't mess with them. But I mean, that's the level of brain rot that has taken over the left, where the only thing that matters is
Smug, how did that guy become a brigadier general?
I mean, I think he's trying to figure out how to get on TV, and he's figured out the way.
Yeah.
You just push a left-wing line.
Just shallow pander.
There you go.
Also, I mean, we can go back to recent history when Barack Obama was elected, same sort of milestone presidency, and people made the same argument back then. How did that work with the red line in Syria? Didn't really work. How did it work when Putin invaded Crimea? Was he like, well, I can't do that because America just elected their first black president? I mean, like it is elementary level brain rot. Like I can't believe people go on national television and make an argument that asinine.
The interracial marriage, that's what's going to bring him to his knees. He's going to be like, if it's just been a black Indian woman, but she married a white guy, I give up. I'm disarming.
Also, I would point out, like, America's enemies want the Democrats elected. We just found out last night, reported in The Hill, that, the Trump campaign was hacked by Iran, and Iran has been trying to peddle all of this information from the Trump campaign to Joe Biden and his former staffers and campaign folks. So, I mean, I think America's enemies have been very clear with who they would like to be elected, and it's Kamala Harris.
Yeah, this should concern you if you're on the receiving end of that offer. Like, why do they want me? What is it about me that makes me so appealing to Iran? Speaking of interracial marriages, I've got to get this insanity to you. Sunny Hostin over at The View had some choice words for Brittany Mahomes, who's married to the other Mahomes guy who plays for the Chiefs. And he's apparently a very good football player. And she had the temerity to like a Trump post online, something about Trump or a Trump post. And she's been taking shit for it ever since. She wound up posting this defensive tweet saying, God, people are like, you got to settle down. Like, go be a better person and don't jump all over people for just random stuff. And here's Sunny Hostin weighing in on it yesterday, SOT 30.
It just seems to me that since she is in an interracial marriage, she should have known that to support a racist is problematic. Her children are biracial, and her family is one of the families that in the 70s could not have lived in any of Donald Trump's buildings. So it just seems to me that maybe she's just not that politically savvy, or maybe she's just not read in.
Granted,
but it's
all we know is that
Problematic. That's their
She's an
favorite. That's their favorite term to use when they don't actually know what it is and it's full of shit. You know, it's problematic. Well,
of course, they have to insult her, right? Like, she's not read in. She's too dumb to know she's supporting this racist. But I, Sunny Hostin, am here to tell her.
It's the problem with the left. Nobody's allowed to have a differing opinion.
That's the thing.
It's like everything has to be monolithic. No, here are the talking points. This is what you have to sign on to and salute. And if you don't, you're out. I mean, it is. I don't know how anybody watches that show. I mean, I don't know if it was Steve or you, Megyn, who was watching The View that picked that up, and you were like, oh,
You always have the best view.
You do.
Content. Like you do the
I have
hard
great
work
producers.
for the rest of America. Yeah.
They are the ones who make this show so great. They find all sorts of fun nuggets. But it's just so, it's like, why don't you expand that further? Let's talk about Trump doubling his support, at least according to the latest poll, with black men. Are they also uninformed and not read in? Because if I said that, you'd be calling me a racist. But I guess you're, by implication, you can say it about a white woman, but you're also saying it about black voters who are ready to pull the lever for Trump. They're just too dumb to realize they're voting for a racist who hates them. Listen to Sunny Hostin. She knows better.
Yeah. And then also, like, just brass tacks here. Donald Trump presided over an economy that had the lowest African-American unemployment rate in history. You know, maybe that is motivating black voters to support Donald Trump in larger margins than they did in 2020. But I mean, like, that's just an informed opinion of your own personal situation. And according to Sunny Hostin, that doesn't matter. And I also think it's sort of remarkable, and The View is great at this. They love attacking women, just a real woman supporting women show. But like, why can't she just have her own views? Why is it about her kids or what her husband does and all of these sort of other things? Right. Why can't she just believe what she believes? You would think most independent women, and I assume The View is a show for that sort of thing, would support that sort of thing.
And from what I understand, it's not like she was out on the campaign trail. It's just that she liked to post on social media. So they've got their researchers going through the posts of people to see what they like and don't like.
Of course.
I mean, get out of here.
Well, it made news because you're not
thing,
allowed to like anything Trump does. Go ahead, Smug.
Right.
That's the thing, is they have to make, they're like an in-group and an out-group. And if you do anything against the rules, you have to be put in the out-group as an example to others. That's how you keep these insane people on the same side, how you can end up with Queers for Palestine. None of the left makes sense to be working together right now. All they're put together by is this DEI framework of Trump is the next Hitler. And if any way you disagree with us, well, you're out in the cold. You're done for.
Yeah, I mean, they create this basically culture of silence, right? Where like people don't express their views, right? Because they're scared they're going to be part of the out group. And I got to tell you, Megyn, that's why Donald Trump always outperforms his polls.
Yeah.
You know how much my family and I love our dogs, Thunder, and yes, even sweet Strudwick. I can't imagine life without them. They've got a great life and they're lucky. But some dogs are not so lucky. And that's why I'm glad to tell you about Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. They've rescued thousands of dogs, plus cats and horses too. They provide all their animals with shelter, safety, and most of all, love. And they've been doing it for more than 45 years now. Delta Rescue relies solely on contributions to stay open, and giving can bring tax benefits too. Speak with your estate planner about how you can grow your estate while helping animals in need. And check out the estate planning tab on their website to learn more. We love our Thunder and Strudwick, but would love it if other dogs who need love and attention and a home can find those too. Visit deltarescue.org today to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.